Yo, what's up guys, AFC Dino here and welcome to a new video. In this video guys, we're going to do something really special. I'll be showing you guys my first ever coaching session I streamed on Twitch. And I was streaming one of my friends called Losoned. He's a viewer of mine, and he's also a PvP streamer of the game Pokemmo. He streams PvP battles tournaments on Twitch. But I basically asked him when he was in my stream if he would like to get coached, and he was definitely down. So the idea was that he goes into a ranked game and basically wait with picking a lead because he needed to wait for me to be able to spectate the game. And once I'm in the game spectating, he just mutes my stream so that he doesn't hear me. And while he's playing, I commentate over the game, give my thought process, and record while streaming. So I can also record while streaming, and after he's done with his game, we can watch the recording on stream without sound and basically watch it together, go over a few points which he could do differently, maybe could improve on, and maybe improve like that. And it was received really well by him and by the viewers who were watching at that time. And I'm definitely excited to do more of those because I'm planning to do coaching giveaways when I hit certain goals, like 5 subscribers per month, $20 or $30 donations per month, maybe certain subscriber goals on YouTube, follower goals on Twitch. Just have to wait and see what I'll decide on that. But yeah, that's basically it about the coaching session. I hope you guys will enjoy the video as well. If you do, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content guys, leave a comment down below if you have any comments about this. And without further ado guys, by the way, actually I do these coaching sessions, but that doesn't mean I'm always right, because there are definitely multiple ways of choosing an action. But yeah, having played so many games, I just have my own philosophy of how the game should be played. But someone else who is really good might have a different philosophy. So if you think you are better than me, then you shouldn't be watching this, because it wouldn't be helpful to you. But yeah, without further ado guys, let's hop right into the video. Found you. Okay, so Losoned is right side, his opponent is left side, 10 seconds. There's no ground type on the team of Paco Raze. So here a Blissey lead might be really good. He does indeed lead with the Blissey guys. So the safest play here would be to just teleport on Losoned's side, just because U-turn is most likely coming out here, and a Thunderbolt could suck if Toxicroak is Black Sludge over Life Orb. Because the Thunderbolt is not going to do much damage. He does indeed make the teleport play, and now he gains some momentum, getting in the Hippo, meaning he could either go for rocks, or he could make a double into the Conkeldurr, expecting the Pelipper and get a big Thunder Punch off. Rocks is pretty safe. The Conkeldurr double is a bit aggressive, but he does make the Pelipper play, so let's see what he does. He does go for the rocks, which is the safe play. Just imagine going Conkeldurr, because this Conkeldurr has Thunder Punch and should be faster than the Pelipper if he's using my set. But if the Conkeldurr is not running speed, then just getting up rocks is a fine play. And then we'll find out if this Pelipper does carry the defog. So he makes the switch, goes into the Blissey. Pretty safe play as he goes for serve. And now this is the time to go for the Thunderbolt, because Stealth Rocks are now up. if this developer wants to defog, then he's gonna have to take a Thunderbolt. If Toxicroak does come in, he comes in on Rocks plus Thunderbolt, and then you can just go for the Hippowdon switch. Because there's no resistance to Thunderbolt now. And I know this Blissey has Thunderbolt. Because I saw the Poke Paste. And this developer might not even know that this is Thunderbolt. So he goes into the Kingdra. This is definitely a matchup the Blissey wants to take. Few things. Hydro Pump coming out, misses. Hydro Pump shouldn't do it KO Blissey anyway. Like, Blissey is so strong against this Rain team. And he can just keep chipping this down. There's no downside of clicking Thunderbolt in this situation. Especially with all this chip on Kingdra, meaning that it's gonna be in range of Mach Punch from Conkeldurr as well. After he activated the Flame Orb. So he does switch out. Kabutops comes in. Oh, that is gonna be some damage as well. And this is gonna help Scizor knocking it out with Bullet Punch as well. And this might be life. He definitely needs to keep Blissey. So what are we gonna see? Hippowdon. That's a bit of a... I don't really like the Hippowdon play there. Because that's gonna open himself up to Toxicroak. I feel like Salamence there with the Intimidate is a much safer play. Because now this Hippowdon is low and Toxicroak could become a problem if he starts Swords Dancing or bulking up. Because remember, the Salamence is running Flamethrower. And in the rain, it's not going to do much damage. He's running Toxic as well. Meaning that Salamence doesn't really touch the Toxicroak. So I would have liked to see the Salamence play instead of Hippo there. For some reason, he makes a double. Expecting the switch into the Blissey. And this is what I mean. This is... Hippowdon took a lot of damage now. I give... Toxicroak can freely go for the Swords Dance. He could have avoided this position if he just brought in the Salamence on the Kabutops. But he goes for sub. Oh, it's this set. Okay. Then Hippowdon should be fine. Like, you just slack off. He's Black Sludge, so he's not gonna 2-hit KO. But he roars. He should have. There was nothing this Toxicroak had Black Sludge. There was nothing this Toxicroak would have done to Hippowdon. He was so free to go for the... Even if he sets up, he was never gonna 2-hit KO him. So a slack off would have been like a really easy play. Because now Hippowdon stays low. And now he cannot... There's no way this Hippo can come in on the Toxicroak now. Like, he should have really gone for the slack off there. Luckily, he still has rocks up. For some reason, Paco Rosé decided to forfeit. Okay. Interesting. I don't think this... There are definitely a few points. There are definitely a few points we can go over. But I think it's better to take another game. Because this game was too short. Oh, okay. So he's right side against left side. Not sure what... So Electrode might be... I think the best lead here on Losoned's team is Hippowdon. He can pretty much get up rocks against the majority. But if he leads Electrode, he cannot set up screens for free. If the opponent does lead with Rotom, you can always bring in your Blissey on it. But Hippowdon just scares out the Electrode if it is a double screen set. So he does make the Hippo play. Like I said, he could just switch out to the Blissey. The trick doesn't matter too much because Blissey will most likely be teleporting around this game anyway. And there's not really a special attacker on this team that Losoned needs to worry about. Like he still gets the free teleport there. Goes for the HP, whatever this is, hidden power, whatever. Is that ice? What is that ice? Hold up. That's strange. Well, a pretty good mid ground here is just going Scizor. And then maybe double back into the Blissey or something. We're not worrying too much about the Conkeldurr because Hippowdon and Salamence are still alive. He does go Conkeldurr here. The thing I don't like about Conkeldurr, because he's definitely gonna Volt Switch into the Configuragus if you stay in. That's really interesting. Trick, Hidden Power, Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, I assume. So Conkeldurr most likely coming in. Oh, the Electrode. I think you just go hard Hippo here. Hard Hippo or hard Garchomp. One of those two. As he goes for Taunt, because Taunt was obvious. Does he? He doesn't really need the Choice Scarf in this game, so I would consider just going for the Dragon Claw over Earthquake. Does go for the Earthquake. Really want to scare out the guy. Now Configuragus, like Losoned's goal should really be to poison the Configuragus, basically. So switching to Blissey and teleporting on this is pretty necessary. Just to get Salamence in. Should also not worry too much about the HP on Blissey. Would still go for the teleport here.
Electrode.
Now Hippowdon comes in. And this becomes a mind game because he could go for rocks, but maybe Electro stays in and taunts. Yeah. Like here you should think about Earthquake or Stealth Rock, and he does make the Earthquake play. Nice.
Electrode.
Because there's always the possibility of him not wanting, because the Rotom was carrying Hidden Power and Trick, so he most likely didn't have Defog, so there was a high possibility of Zekon or whatever trying to prevent rocks, because he couldn't remove the Stealth Rock. That's why I was leaning more towards Earthquaking there, because his opponent most likely didn't have hazard removal. Just because of the set Rotom was showing. It does make the Volt Switch play on Switch prediction. Most likely Scizor or Conkeldurr coming in. Scizor, so Pursuit might be a play now. I think you still switch. you just hard switch here. Hippowdon is pretty safe. You could bring in the Mence as well. But Hippowdon allows you to get Rocky Helmet chip off in case he U-turns. He does go for the Pursuit. So now you get in the Hippowdon and get up rocks. We know Scissors, Choice Bandit. Choice Bandit Pursuit. Get in Hippo, get up rocks. Pythagoras comes in. And I think just going straight into Salamence here. Salamence doesn't care too much about the burn because he's using Flamethrower. When you look at his team, because the others don't really like to be burned. Let's see. Well, Pythagoras might be going for Toxic Spikes as well, which could be annoying. Because Hippowdon definitely doesn't like that. If he does go for Toxic Spikes, though, there's nothing on Zerk Troll's team that likes to switch into Salamence. Because if Salamence clicks Toxic, everything aside from Scissor that comes in doesn't appreciate it. If Scissor does come in, Salamence is carrying Flamethrower. He goes straight for Hex. Okay. So now, this is the freest Toxic. This is the freest Toxic. Because something is gonna get poisoned now. Goes into the Porygon 2. Porygon 2 can also not trace the Natural Cure anymore. But yeah, he's using a Choice Bandit Scissor. If he had leftover Scissor, Scissor would be such an easy switch. But I still think he has to make the Scissor play. But Scissor's gonna get chipped down. That's the only problem. With leftovers and Roast, could easily come in on this. You definitely U-turn there. And you get in Salamence again. Yeah, he has Rookie Helmet. You get in Salamence. Try to force Toxic again. Yes, Pythagoras needs to be poisoned. But yeah, Pythagoras is just a bad matchup for this team. Now Rotom gets poisoned. Really makes me think this Rotom might carry HPIs. But I think Salamence should go for the Roost there. HPI should not kill him because he's running leftovers. So if he just goes for the Roost, he already showed Trick. Trick doesn't do anything in this situation because they both have leftovers. If he goes for Volt Switch, nothing's gonna happen. Because Rotom was Choice Scarfed. So maybe he outspeeds a defensive Salamence. So I think just Roosting is pretty fine here. Just in case it is HPIs. Oh, wait, he missed Toxic. He missed Toxic, right? Oh, that's some... Oh no, he is poisoned. He's poisoned. I was missing that deed. I didn't see it too well. Yeah, so the Rotom does outspeed. And he does indeed go for the Roost. Are you listening in, my boy? It's like I'm talking to him right now. Now the Volt Switch comes in. And we know it's pretty much... It's not gonna be HPIs at this point. think you gotta keep up the toxic play. Like, you have rocks up. Even if he brings in something that is already poisoned. Well, does he not know about flamethrower? Because it's gonna be something that you don't have to predict it, you just click flamethrower. Exactly. But that scissor is gone. Conkeldurr comes in. I think you just go straight into Hippo here. There's no... Salamence is too good to lose. In case he does carry Ice Punch and crits him or something, I think Conkeldurr is just a safer play. Like Rotom, he brings in Rotom on the double. But it doesn't do... He's just taking 3 damage and there's most likely no pain split on this. Like, he's taking a lot of damage. You don't stay in with Rotom here, with Hippowdon here though. Like, a pretty safe play would be to go Garchomp here. Garchomp doesn't have much value, and with the Sandstorm up, he might be able to dodge a Hydro Pump. Ooh, that's a really ballsy play. Staying in. I don't agree with that play. Hippowdon still had value, just because of Conkeldurr. Like, Conkeldurr could still win the game depending on the set. And if Hippo took that Hydro Pump there, Hippo cannot defend against Conkeldurr. And if you were predicting the Volt Switch, then Garchomp would have been better anyway. Because Garchomp does more damage. Yeah, we do see a switch now into the Porygon. So let's actually look at this. Conkeldurr. Makes a switch into this. I still think you U-turn here. Even if he goes for the Cofagrigus play. He goes into the Rotom, please U-turn. Nice. The Rotom is basically dead here. And you bring out Salamence, get leftovers recovery. The Salamence has the best matchup. Bowden comes in again. Drain Punch. Crit. I think you do slack off there. Because Conkeldurr cannot keep this up against the Rocky Helmet. Against the Rocky Helmet Hippo. I think you just Earthquake now. He forfeits. Okay, that's gonna be the game. Definitely a few points. Like he played well. But there are definitely a few points you have to keep in mind, and we can just go over him now once he gets back into the stream. Yo, Losoned. So I'll try to let me try. I'll try to get the video in. We can go over your first game. Rose 2. So guys, we'll be going over the game that you just played. So we were talking about this situation, this matchup. Your opponent didn't have... Let me turn down the music a bit. Oh. Let me switch chat open. So, your opponent didn't have an electric immunity, like he didn't have a ground type. He didn't even have an electric resist, so leading with Blissey was really good, because Pelipper was most likely a lead. And Pelipper, Blissey led off... Blissey was strong against 5 members of his team. The only thing Blissey is weak to is Toxicroak, but you did have an Hippowdon in the back, so if he did let off with Toxicroak, you could just switch into the Hippo, so that was a good lead. Like, there was basically no downside there. So you let off with this, and here indeed you don't go for Thunderbolt, just because you need to know the set of the Toxicroak first. Teleport is always free, because if he stays in, you can switch into Hippowdon with Teleport and remove the rain. If he switched, you could see what he switches into. So definitely teleporting on the first and not showing Thunderbolt, because you want to catch something off guard. So I did really like teleport play there. And he did indeed go into Toxicroak, meaning that you were able to teleport there. And now Hippowdon was able to come in. And here I was talking about this situation. You had basically 2 options in this situation. Stealth Rock or double into Conkeldurr, expecting Pelipper, who's most likely the only switch. But the Stealth Rock play was definitely the safest play. Because even if he goes Pelipper, Pelipper is forced to defog, which Stealth Rock still forces a response. So as he indeed made the Pelipper play there. Get up rocks. And now you get in Blissey again. And you'll basically find out if this guy has the defog. Because maybe he doesn't carry it. Now you could double to conk, basically to find out. Like, is he going to attack you? Or is he not? And then you can scout for Hurricane as well, because Blissey always comes in on the Pelipper. But basically scaring him with the thought of Thunder Punch. It's just about scaring. Here you made the Blissey play, and he for some reason went for the attack. And this is indeed the turn. You don't go for teleport. You just click Thunderbolt. Just because this is his only potential defogger. So hold up. Do I have the media thing? The media sound. Yeah, okay, that thing is off. Okay, so here you just go for Thunderbolt. You don't predict, because this is his only potential defogger. If he switches out, Stealth Rocks are gonna stay up. If he stays in, he's gonna take a lot of damage or even die from Thunderbolt. And at this point, it doesn't matter if Toxicroak comes in, because you just switch into Hippo. So yeah, and he made the Kingdra switch at that point. And this is basically just free damage. Like, you have no reason not to click Thunderbolt. He has no... he had no switch for Thunderbolt, basically. Like, even the... What's it? Is this Ludicolo? He's taking neutral damage because he's a water type as well. But not much going on there. You just do what you have to do. Like, and here he went into Kabutops. And here's the big thing. Here's the big thing. Hold up, guys. This. Okay. Yeah, I had to take something, but this is the play I don't agree with. You switched into Hippowdon here. You switched into Hippowdon here. But just look at your team. Just look at your team. Yeah, look at your team and look at Toxicroak. If you lose Hippowdon and Toxicroak happens to be Swords Dance, your Salamence is not gonna deal with the Toxicroak because you're running Flamethrower. He has Rain, and your other attack is Toxic. Your Scizor after the Swords Dance gets destroyed by Drain Punch. Like, then the only thing is Garchomp, but Garchomp cannot come in on Toxicroak attacking. So then you basically have to sack something first to bring in Garchomp, which he could bring in Pelipper against. At this point, just bringing out the Salamence. Like, the Kabutops already took the Thunderbolt. So he's gonna be in range of Mach Punch and Bullet Punch from Scizor. And Salamence just gets the Intimidate off. So even if he went for Stone Edge there, you will live because of the Intimidate. And he was Life Warped as well, which he would have still taken Chip. Yo, Breaks, thank you for the follow. Because at this point, Pelipper comes in, removing a Sandstorm. Yeah, but you didn't need to kill at that point. He was already really low, but your Hippowdon still, was the reason his Toxicroak was Swords Dance. Remember, if it was Swords Dance, then Hippowdon was the only thing that 100% walls him. But like I said before, the Scizor and the Conkeldurr could priority kill the Kabutops any day at that point with that much HP. Like, he gets in Pelipper, and if he goes for the U-turn on your Blissey switch, because you'll most likely bring in Blissey in this situation. But he doubled into the Toxicroak, and if you went Blissey, if he Swords Dance there, you would have lost the Pokemon. If he had Swords Dance. Because if he was Swords Dance Life Orb, Hippowdon cannot come in on that. From the HP it was at. But he showed Substitute. And here's another thing. And that's the last thing about this game. Other than that, the game was pretty solid. You went for the Roar here instead of just slacking off. Like, you see the black sludge on the Toxicroak, right? He went for Drain Punch. And you went for Roar. You could have just slacked off. Because there's... in no world this Toxicroak with Black Sludge is able to 2-hit KO your Hippowdon. Even if he went for the Swords Dance there, you would still out-heal his Drain Punch damage because he doesn't have Life Orb. So you could basically get Hippowdon close to full HP, and even if he does Sword Dance, you just roar him afterwards. But then you'll have an healthy Hippowdon, and then Toxicroak, the only threat, is basically eliminated. And that was basically it for the game. Other than that, everything was fine. Like, he did everything and he gave up. So that was the first game. I hope that one was helpful. Just a little insight. Just a little thing. Like, you still win, but winning doesn't mean you could still... Even I could make different plays. So here you have this game, indeed, against the Cofagrigus, which sucks for this team. Yeah. But you had... In this situation, I was talking about leading with Hippowdon, because if Electro does lead off, then you could basically scare it with Earthquake or Stealth Rock. But if he taunts, you just Earthquake. So you basically did what I was telling. He switched into this, and you just went into Blissey. Was like I was saying before, Blissey doesn't need to do much defensive wise. It just needs to teleport around, so that trick did not matter. But he showed Hidden Power Rise, and that was really big. Like, after you brought in Blissey, he showed Hidden Power Rise. That meant he had Trick, Hidden Power Rise, most likely Volt Switch. Oh, Hidden Power. It wasn't Hidden Power Rise. No, it was Hidden Power. I just call it Hidden Power Rise. Yeah, Trick, Hidden Power, Volt Switch, most likely, and Hydro Pump. So he did not have a Defogger, most likely, on his team. And that was really important to know. Because, you basically know his set now from him showing Hidden Power. You teleport. You went into Conkeldurr here. But that's basically your free Volt Switch for him into... It's a free Volt Switch. The reason I was saying go... When I was on stream... Yeah, you wanted to Flame Orb, but... What I was saying on stream was... going Scizor here... And then doubling back into Blissey. Because if he goes for Hidden Power, you know it's HP Ice. Because if you go Conkeldurr, 100% Volt Switches. The Flame Orb wasn't the priority. Because you could easily get a Flame Orb off against his team. But finding out whether it's HP Fire or not is really helpful. Yeah, you went into Conkeldurr, he's 100% gonna Volt Switch on that. You went into Blissey, and yeah. Here you made the smart double switch into Garchomp, I believe. That's the play I wanted to see, because he's 100% gonna taunt you. Earthquake, that's fine. Skip ahead to a few points because everyone already watched the game. Oh, yeah, here's the interesting thing. Did you have Stealth Rock up at this point? Let's see. I'm correct. Earthquake. Oh yeah. Here indeed you go for Earthquake because he doesn't have a Defogger. The Electrode is most likely carrying... You already showed Taunt before. So just going for the Earthquake play. In case he tries to taunt you, because he should know you have Stealth Rock on this. Was a really good play. You should basically eliminate that mon. A Rotom comes in. Blissey, yeah, it's normal switch. He brings in the Scissor. And even if you know he goes for Pursuit, I would still switch here in case he doesn't. Like Blissey wasn't necessary to win. And he did go for the Pursuit, meaning you basically get a free Stealth Rock up, and he has no way of removing the Stealth Rock. And that's what you exactly did. You got up rocks. He switched in this. And at this point, just bringing in the Salamence. Salamence doesn't care about being burnt. But you did. And once you have Salamence in, you just spam Toxic, because indeed, nothing on his team. Nothing on his team like can deal with the poison except for Scissor, but Scissor has to worry about Flamethrower. And you catch Porygon, which is really nice. And the most likely move is indeed Ice Beam. This is why I like Leftovers Scissor on this team, because it can come in on this and not have to worry a lot. Because you can come in as well, you don't take too much, but with Rocky Helmet, you just get chipped down. But you definitely U-turn in that situation, getting some chip on this as well. And just get in Salamence and repeat the Toxic process. Like you poison the Rotom. And here, I don't know if you were listening in on the stream, but here is definitely the time you go for a Roost, because even if it's HP Ice, with Leftovers, he's never gonna kill you because he won't have the extra damage. And because he was running a Choice Scarf, Rotom is most likely outspeeding a defensive Salamence. Because he couldn't, he most likely didn't have Toxic or Will-O-Wisp, because he already showed Trick and Hidden Power. So just roosting there, he went for Hydro Pump. He indeed shows that you are faster. And that pretty much tells us already that his Hidden Power type is not Ice. Skip ahead. You roost there against the Cofagrigus. And here you go for Toxic. Again, you don't have to predict anything. You just click Toxic because you have Stealth Rock up. It's gonna chip down on the Rotom. It's gonna chip down on the Porygon. He goes Scizor, but you have Flamethrower. You have Flamethrower, so you have Stealth Rock up as well. So anything, even if he switches here, he still takes damage. Here, Conkeldurr, indeed you don't stay in here because Salamence has such a good matchup against your opponent's team. So just bringing in the Hippowdon is really safe. And he does indeed switch here. Here though. Here you stayed in. You stayed in. Maybe you were predicting Volt Switch, but Hippowdon makes sure you don't lose to Conkeldurr. We don't know the Conkeldurr set. What if the Conkeldurr is bulk up? Then you want Hippowdon there to be able to phase him out. So if you look at this at your team, what does Garchomp do against this team? His Cofagrigus is defensive. Conkeldurr has Mach Punch. Rotom has Levitate. Porygon walls Garchomp. You know he doesn't have Wisp. If you were predicting Volt Switch, go Garchomp instead. Because Garchomp also has a higher chance of dodging the Hydro Pump if he does go for it. Because of Scent Veil. And he most likely didn't have HP Ice. You basically want to keep Hippowdon healthy so that there's no world you can lose to Conkeldurr. Like, what if he went for Hydro Pump here? If he went for Hydro Pump here on the Roar, your Hippo would be like 20-30%. And then suddenly Conkeldurr becomes really scary. And if you made the Garchomp play, he's gonna block the Volt Switch, meaning he's gonna take Poison, Sandstorm again. If he goes for Hydro Pump, he's still gonna take that damage, but you might dodge because of Scent Veil. And that's basically the only thing about that game. Other than that, you did what you had to do. Get in Salamence every time, trying to force poisons on this Cofagrigus. And here you just go for U-turn, because even if he Mach Punches you, once Conkeldurr is gone, there's nothing really stopping the Salamence at that point. So just U-turn. And he made the switch to Rotom. So basically claiming another kill, and at that point, yeah. The game was over. So that's basically, guys, the first coaching session I ever did. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. Let me change the screen again. I hope it was informative, educational, I don't know, to the others who are watching. But these are the kinds of things I want to give away when I hit certain goals, like when I hit 5 subscribers on a monthly basis, or $30 donations in total per month. Those are the things I want to give away. So if you did enjoy that one, guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, and yeah, leave a comment down below. It's definitely the first one, not gonna be the last one, but yeah, really glad I got that one out of the way, the first coaching session.